Good morning, everybody, or good brunch, everybody. But I guess if you're on the West Coast, where we just came from, it would still be good morning. So I am Dave Cooper, and I am back from San Francisco, where we had an awesome time at IWBC and the Green Build conference that was taken off out there. What a great show. Lots of great people. I had the privilege of introducing the keynote speakers, Vaughn Buckley, who was one of them from Volumetric Building Companies. So always a pleasure when I get to be on the same stage as Vaughn and do the Q&A session with him. Love it. Also, I was able to do the introduction to my good friend, Jerry McCahey, right? Formerly Integra, now Offsite Tech. So I got to sit on stage with him and do a questions and answers and so many more. I mean, Sarah Ann Logan, Helena Lidlow. I mean, you just name it. I was on stage with them this trip. It's been a lot of fun. I'm used to being out running around filming and doing all those things, but I got to moderate a bunch of panels, and I got to meet some great people and introduce some great people. And I have to tell you, if you weren't there, man, you missed a lot. We had a great time. And I'm going to share some of that with you all today as well as we go through the lineup for this week. So some changes, though. Monday, Hardy Wenzel will be on the show. That's right. So make sure you tune in Monday because Hardy Wenzel is coming on the Dave Cooper Live Show. And then we are skipping right out of here back to the airport. We're heading to Denver because we are going to ECI. So I might as well just put that up there right now. We are going to be live on location at the Trailblazer Conference Connect, ECI Connect. If you're not familiar with it, you should check out ECI Solutions. They have us coming out there because they want to grow who they are in our industry and get to know all of you. So we're going to go out there. We're going to check out everything that they're about. We're going to live stream on the floor with them. And we're going to do a lot of interviews and learn and share all of that with all of you out there. So super excited about that. In fact, I'm really excited about it. So I got some sleep. I think I slept like 10 hours. That red eye, boy. Who out there takes the red eye? Man. That red eye, I mean, it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting too old, but getting on a plane at 10 o'clock at night and landing in the East Coast at 6:30 a.m. and having to start your day with kids and work and everything else, I don't know. Hopefully you got some coffee out there. If you don't, maybe lunch or brunch, probably past your coffee time if you're on the East Coast. But if you're on the West Coast, top of the morning to you. I had hockey this morning with my son Colton, which was always interesting and fun. Hey, Arash, good to see you from Abu Dhabi. I love it. We got Lauren Samuelson from Marina Del Rey, California. Let me get some names up here. See what else. Good to see you, Lawrence. Nice for you to tune in. Joel Hutchins, what's up, brother? Haven't seen you in a while. Happy Saturday. Very familiar with the red eye from San Fran. Yeah, I know. Every time we do it, I say, we're not doing that again. But, you know, you got the kids. They look forward to seeing us. And that's all it's about, right? So, all right, let's hop into it. That's ECI that I had up on the screen there. Let's keep this conversation going. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are growing, and becoming a leader in the space for information for all of you out there. We love helping people connect and grow. And a lot of the folks that are commenting in the section here have been on this show, and they are out there building it better. So, hey, Peter Molinar, what's up? French press coffee and B-Tunch. What a delicious combination. I love French press. I don't have it this morning though. Had to stop at the local I don't know if I can flash names up there. I got to be careful. But I got an Americano. Anybody like the Americano? When I can't do my French press, that's what I go for, is the Americano. David Jones, hello from rainy UK. Man, the UK does rain a lot, but I'm in Pittsburgh. It rains a lot here as well. So super excited to see so many of you out there tuning in today. So thank you for that. We really do appreciate it. All right, why don't we hop into it here? We got lots to cover. So beginning of the week. Did you miss the beginning of this week? You shouldn't have missed the beginning of this week. Greg Ugaldi and Robert Dietz on the show, the head economist for the National Association of Home Builders, had a lot to say. In fact, we had such big news on Monday. I'm not sure I'm going to play it all for you. You might have to just go watch the whole episode, but I'm going to give you some inside peek. So why don't we check it out, and I'll show you what we have here. The International Builder Show. What do we got happening this year? Give us some great updates.
So here we have quite a bit. The first thing is, let's get it on everybody's calendar, Dave, right? So we're going to start for the actual components when you can go onto the floor. We're there for 10 days. You're going to be there filming. We have all sorts of meetings. But to actually view the products and walk the floor, which is many football fields of exhibits, very worthwhile seeing them all. So January 31st through February 2nd, 2023, we're going to have Mike Rose opening, the keynote speaker. We're going to have Sheryl Crow close us down with the last concert. That's something special too. And, the things that you have to remember are anything new affecting our industry is on display. The products, education, second to none. Education you can get all week long. and you can do it for whatever purposes, whether it's marketing or products or, you know, motivating your sales staff. Just everything is all right there. And, you know, where I got to tell you, we are way ahead of the mark where we thought we could be, you know, because we're still going to be doing it with KBIS, and we're bringing in NHS, the National Hardware Show. We have a couple other prospects out there that we're looking, but it's going to be a big show. We'll probably have 100,000 people close to it there, which is very exciting.
Yeah, that is super, super exciting. I'm looking forward to it in a big, big way. So, all right, NAHB, IBS. All right, yes, we did talk about the IBS and the NAHB and what's going to be happening out in Vegas. And I will tell you this, everybody, we will be out there with On3 Technologies. If you are not familiar with On3, you got to check it out. It is taking how we learn offsite construction to an entirely new level. And not just offsite, but we're talking about phone apps. We're talking about AR, VR, hard helmets with lenses coming in the future, augmented reality. Can't wait to bring you guys more of that. And we are going to be set up in a booth. That's right, out in Las Vegas, the International Builder Show. And you might just see me on stage in a few locations. So we're excited to talk about that in the future as well. Plus, we're going to be doing some speaking engagements. We're going to take you on a trip around the world in 30 minutes on all the awesome things that we have seen in our global travels this past year. Super fun, super excited to show that to you. Hey, what's happening, Banu? Good to see you, my friend. I hope all is going well. He says, greetings from Albany, California. Good morning. It is a good morning. I just left California, just left San Francisco. What a great show that was. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling on everything that we have learned on Monday's show. Get my words out of my mouth, huh? All right, $20,000 to $30,000 increase. Building material prices must have something to do with that.
So when you look at building materials, Rob's going to get into quite a bit of that too. What we can look for, especially year over year, when we're talking about 15% to 20% increases year over year, a couple of years in a row now, that's serious. Not to mention what any type of delays. Certain products now, lumber has become under control, but you remember we had those figures, 30,000 per house extra when we were looking at the lumber increases, but now it's across the board with lumber increases. We have to be very careful when we're looking at how much that adds. Right. Lots of good new products too that we can look to substitute and figure out ways to do it better, but there's costs associated with a lot of these increases.
All right, what do you guys think about the increases in costs and numbers like that? $30,000 is no little amount of money, and it's been going up and up and up all the time since the beginning of COVID, maybe even before. What's going to happen? Is it going to open the doors for alternative materials to come in the doors? I'd like to know. Put it in the comments if you guys have any opinions on that. Where are we headed with this? All right. If you're just joining us, we are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you should subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go check it out. You'll be able to watch all of these videos. And the links are in the video link on this one, as on this show in the memo area is the links to the links. So you can watch all this. Lumber prices, material prices, everything going through the roof. Still, it's going to be $30,000 additional per home. You heard Greg talking about that a little bit. So, you know, what is it that we're going to do, and what's going to happen with all this? Now we got interest rates rising. Put your comments in. We'd love to hear about it if you want to talk about it. And hey, remember, we got Hardy Wenzel on the show this Monday. Let's watch a little more. High mortgage rates. Ugh. Why don't we kick off with the high mortgage rates approaching?
Yeah, I mean, so if the primary driver right now of the slowdown, the contraction that we see in the housing market really was driven by the increase in interest rates at the start of the year. So mortgage interest rates right now are right around 7%. The good news there is that we think a lot of the increase from the tightening of monetary policy from the Federal Reserve is essentially baked in the cake. But the bad news is we've still got a little ways to go in terms of getting to that peak mortgage interest rate that we think is going to be somewhere between 7 and 8%.
7 and 8% mortgage rates. Man, remember the days when they were 2, 3, 4%? Now we're at 7, 8%. What are we going to do, everybody? I mean, it's just, it's a nail biter in my world, but we're going to keep walking and rolling here. We got more to talk about. What does the future outlook look like? There's a lot of nuggets. If you didn't watch the show, you should watch the show and get into it, because there's some amazing, amazing nuggets. We had a trick and treats. So yeah, there's some tricky parts of what the future looks like, but there are some treats as well.
The 2023 is going to be a tough year. And all of this is really driven by two factors: the Federal Reserve's fight against inflation,
right,
and the degree to which the Federal Reserve can achieve what it wants to achieve, which I think is impossible. And that's the soft landing, bringing inflation down without causing a recession. Now, the reason that we're fairly confident about the idea of a rebound in 2024 is either the Fed is going to win its fight in inflation in 2023, or it's going to go too far. Interest rates will spike. That will bring a recession on. And when recessions occur, interest rates fall, because then the Fed has to ease. So in either situation, in the coming, say, 5 quarters, the Fed's going to have to be in a position where it brings interest rates down. But we should be clear, not interest rates that we saw in 2021, 2-3% range, but more like interest rates in the 5% range, which will be a decline from where we are right now.
Well, guess what? The future of construction is looking bright, though. That's right. The future of offsite construction is looking bright. So super excited for this next segment. I want everybody to truly understand how powerful this next segment is, because this is really the first time that we've heard publicly, really, that offsite is moving into the future with onsite. It's not if, it's not when, right? Those are going to happen. But it's now starting to be looked at and talked about at all levels through the construction industry. This is where we all come together finally. I've been pushing this a long time. We are too segmented in our industry. We got all these different associations, and they're all awesome. I'm not saying they're not awesome, but we have one association, National Association of Home Builders, that has all the political power, has all the power in Washington, D.C., has the attention of every state with their local PBAs. We need to join forces with them. We still need to have our separate organizations. We still need to represent modular and panel and SIP and CLT and mass timber and concrete, log homes. We still need to represent all of those. However, we need to come together at the National Association of Home Builders to really drive this forward. And if you disagree with me, go ahead and put it in the comments and tell me why. Because the way I see it, we've been 3%, 4%, 5% forever. It ain't changing the way we've been doing it, just like building the way we've been building isn't changing the way we've been doing it. All right, let's get into it. I'm an offsite guy, and I believe in it. I cut my teeth in it my entire career. What would you say to traditional builders, with this all coming up on us? How about them moving into offsite? Would you tell them to go for it if there was an opportunity for them to start looking at alternative ways of building?
It is absolutely worth having that conversation, because when you look at the factors that are driving builders into that space, and it's the labor shortage. As Greg mentioned, you've got 400,000 open jobs at any given moment in the labor industry. We don't think that's going to change over the next decade. We'll see some weakness in the residential construction labor market over the next 5 quarters due to cyclical forces, but it's the aging workforce that's really going to drive a lot of people there. And
the aging workforce is going to drive a lot of people there. I agree with that. I agree with it. Now, there's different opinions out there. Jerry McKay has a little bit of a different opinion that it's really not the labor issue. Or is it a productivity issue? Maybe. I don't know. Margaret Whelan says that we have a waste issue, 30% waste. So there's a whole lot of conversation going on in this arena right here. So interestingly enough, I don't know if anybody truly knows the answer, but We do know for one fact of all of, well, we know a couple of the facts, right? We do have 30% waste on site build jobs easily. We do know that there's less people coming into the workforce. That's a known factor as well. And guess what? Well, we're not very productive in this industry when it comes to using technology to build it better, build it faster. So I guess maybe there's an argument for all three. What do you all think? All right, moving on. Let me know where you are joining us from today. Put it in the comments. If you have any questions that you want to talk about, let me know. If you were at IWBC and you were watching this and we did have a chance to meet, or maybe we didn't, put it in the comments. Love to know what you had to think about. Excuse me. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling here. Let's go to IWBC, the Green Build Conference. I'm going to play a couple quick clips for you. I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time on the trade show floor this trip around. We did a bit, but I did a nice little quick walkthrough for everybody out there. We were just on stage so much introducing all the great people in this industry. So that was our role for this trip. But here's some inside looks of what the trade show floor looks like and Volumetric Building Company's module. But unfortunately, I don't take you inside. You're gonna have to watch the whole video to get in there.
All right, welcome everybody. We are at IWBC in Greenbuild. Figured I'd take you on a little tour of what we have going on in here. I'm walking on the outside right now, but I'm sure we're going to run into some people. But take a look. This is what it looks like. Now, this is the end of the day. There's only about 10 minutes left in this conference. We've all been so busy doing panels and keynotes that we haven't had really any time to walk the show floor. So I said, well, I'm doing it. I might as well bring all of you into the experience with me so you can see what we see and what's going on here. I've run into several people, some of which have been on the show, and probably going to be some more that we run into as we go by. In fact, I see one right there. I'm going to walk by and tap him on the shoulder, and then we're going to run because we got so much to get through in a short amount of time. Just wave to the camera. We all know who that is, right?
You gotta love Alexander Decagny. He's been on this show many, many times, and you know, one of the Minute Air heating and cooling elements that he has. If you are not familiar with what he's doing, you should. I just, you know, I love to support people that support us for one, but I really, really love it when I can support people that have so much passion and they love this industry as much as I do. So those are some of them there for sure. So love it, love it, love it. All right. So our next stop is going to be at the Volumetric Building Company's modular building. So you're going to get a quick outside look at this and see some of the folks, and then we're going to keep moving on.
Have EBC here. Check them out. They're all chilling. They're all chilling. All getting ready to feed me some food. What's up, man?
Logan.
I'm going to show off this a little bit. You guys okay with that? So this is Volumetric Building Company's module that they brought here. You guys want to go inside and check it out? We're going to go inside and check it out. But I figured I'd give you a little look. I'll step back over here. All right, let's walk inside and showcase a little bit about what they have put together. There's Mercer, more VBC people everywhere. Mr. Rogers down there. All right, let's see what we got.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we only have so much time. I got a whole nother show to get through. So if you want to watch it, the link's down below. You can just click on it and go right in there. You'll be able to see the whole interior of that. I was a little quiet on the inside because there was people, they were doing business, and I am not here to ever disrupt anybody's business, whether we're on location or anywhere else. But I am here to just show you what's out there. So that is in the links in the notes below. So if you want to check it out, check that out for sure. All right, let's look at some CLT, shall we?
Here, look how beautiful this CLT is, right? It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can see that, you know, and how they miter it out as well. Yeah.
I love it. I don't know how many of you are out there that like CLT, but I like CLT for sure. I really, really do. And we talked a little bit about earlier in the show. That's going to be us out at ECI. So just want everybody to remember, we're going to be at the Connect show in Denver, Colorado at the Gaylord Rockies Resort. Check that place out. If you've not seen the Gaylord Rocky Resorts, just go to their website. You'll be jealous. That place is awesome. I've never been there, but man, I'm excited to go. Has anybody out there ever been to the Gaylord in Colorado? Let us know in the comments. Let us know also where you're joining from. I see a bunch of you out there. So super excited about today's show and going through all of this with you for sure. So this is just me talking about going to be at the ECI Software Solutions
in
from
Denver
the trade
next
show floor.
week. So we'll
That's
be
right.
live on location in Denver, ECI. We got another trade show conference that we're going to. That's going to be a lot of fun. So we'll be bringing you behind the scenes looks there. So just stay tuned. We got a lot coming your way, and we're looking forward to bringing it to you. So,
absolutely. All right. So BS Friday, we kicked it off with a special guest, Andrew Seeley. Now, he wasn't the only guest. We also had Colorado Earth on, and we're going to hop into that as well. But Andrew Seeley, as everybody knows, is a big supporter of our show. We're a big supporter of everything they're doing out there on his 8 properties that are now fully off-grid, 8 luxury living homes, fully off-grid. I don't know if he has 8 living homes out there, but he has 8 buildings that are fully off-grid. They're doing amazing things. And if you don't know Andrew, he's somewhere in Texas. Leave it to him to tell you where he may or may not be. But here's a little bit of an inside look if you want to see Mr. Andrew Seeley.
Well, it's good to see everybody. I'm Andrew Seeley. GPOD Americas is our company. We're a Texas-based design and delivery firm. And yeah, so I'm coming to you just north of San Antonio. We have an off-grid project here that we use to showcase what we're doing. And we're just kind of showing some off-grid construction, how to do things a little bit differently. If you want to build with renewables, you can do that. And yeah, we're rolling out some new designs, and check us out if you want to visit.
Okay. All right. So modesty is definitely your thing, right? Give me a break. You're not only working or building new design. I mean, you have a whole test facility that you're building out there, and you're touching every single part of that building. You're working with some of the best influencers that have been out there. Steven Basic's been out there, right? Yep. The flashing folks. Yeah. I mean, they've all been out to your property, so what you're doing is pretty damn special. So don't let anybody fool you out there. If you want to learn about science of living off grid and building luxury product off grid, Andrew's the guy. Andrew's the guy. Yes, he is. Oh, look who's in there. Somewhere in Texas, he says. Thanks for letting me join y'all. Hey, good to see you there again, Andrew. Look how handsome he is in that photo, man. Good looking man. Good to see you, Andrew. It was awesome having you on yesterday as a co-host. Let's get into a little bit more of what we had to say on BS Friday. Well, why don't we do this? There's a short video where you guys are kind of joking around about the clay, somewhat joking around. Why don't we show that? And then let's get into what you're really doing on a day-to-day basis out there in your quarry. What do you think?
Sure thing. Yeah, that sounds
all
great.
Right, let's do it then.
So what do we have here, Lisa?
This is clay. You know, it's such fascinating material. It's so simple. And I was reading an article the other day that scientists think that the birthplace of life on Earth could have started from clay. I mean, imagine that in here it could be containing the proteins and all the necessary DNA to produce life.
In clay.
It's just amazing.
In clay. Well, clay is really like a feldspar. So when you take a look at what clay actually is it's a metamorphic mineral that is actually morphed over the millennia in the Earth's crust on the planet Earth through its geologic cycles. And the magic of clay just doesn't have to do with its platelets. The clay platelets has to do with this electrostatic charge. There's a positive and negative charge. And that positive negative charge is always at force. So how we get clay to stick to clay, it's not just a mechanical bond, but it's also an electrostatic bond. So there's electricity, there is mechanical bonding. Pretty amazing stuff, wouldn't you say?
Fascinating.
I have never. All right. All right. Like I said, BS Friday is always interesting to watch for sure. And I know that's kind of a funny parody on the clay, but most of it is all true. What they're saying. And you got to dive into it and understand a little bit more. We're going to watch a little bit more of that, and we're going to keep rocking and rolling. Jennifer Cooper, if you're out there, did the girls win the hockey game? Because we went separate ways between our daughters and our son, 2 different parts of the world today playing hockey. Let us know in the comments. Did we win? If so, what was that score? Here we go.
Basically, the blocks are really good at thermal mass, which is its ability to store heat and release it, acting as a thermal battery. Those properties are dependent on kind of the width and the thickness of the material. But, we also need that thermal insulation to act as a blanket, properly applied to the exterior of the wall, or in my case, in the middle of the wall, to kind of buffer on those really cold days when you're not kind of getting a whole lot of solar gain or any kind of other heat source gain. So we had got compliance through our wonderful energy code. There's different ways to get compliance, and we got compliance in Climate Zone 7 in Steamboat Springs. In that kind of the wall system that we're using is a 6-inch block on the exterior, a 6-inch block on the interior, and a 3-inch cavity for loose fill insulation.
So not only did we go through in a lot more detail than what I just showed you right there, because this show has a lot of banter and back and forth, but there's so many nuggets of great information in the mix of it. But not only did we cover a lot more than that on what the values of the block clay wall is, we got into the fire rated properties, fireproofing. Think about clay pots. They put them in big burners to turn them into, I don't know, she said it on the show, that porcelain, it's not porcelain, but that glazing that happens on the outside of the clay and makes it all smooth and like a coffee mug. In fact, I have one upstairs. I should go get it and just point to it versus try and step on my tongue trying to figure out exactly what they call it. But anywho, hosted a W in West Virginia, Jen said. Hosted a W in West. Okay, I'm assuming that means we won. Is that what that means? She's probably driving. Like, stop telling me to type while I'm driving. All right. So let's keep going on. Let's talk about it, because there were some big studies with the clay as well by the Passive House Institute.
So anyway, back to the study I did with the Passive House folks. They interpreted that to say, hey, these walls are great for when you have kind of a massive load, like a school or a church, or where everyone's coming in at the same time, right? To really keep that more stable environment inside. So that's what's been understood here from the data side of how these walls perform in our kind of colder climates.
Love it, love it, love it. And then local matters. We'll wrap it up with this one.
Not one size fits all. And I encourage people to, make their own decisions. I'm a big proponent of
That's why local matters, because when we have local opportunities, we can make local decisions, and it makes better sense. It's just easier. We don't have the same risk for supply chains and everything else, and we have local knowledge, and there's really something to be said for local talent working with local materials, because the result is somehow, I think, more valuable to a community, and that's the kind of thing we don't get as much these days when we're buying everything off a shelf that came maybe 5 miles, maybe 5,000 miles. We don't know.
Yeah.
I love it. There's a shirt, right? GPOD America, locals matter. Love it. Love it. GPOD America, locals matter. Yeah. So great show. There's a whole lot of content to unpack there. I do believe that Monday's expert interview is up there in the top 5 best interviews that we have ever had on this show. It is definitely a top 5 because of the information that was shared, the positivity of the information towards Offsite that was shared. The outlook is looking good. We're going to have a little bit of a crash in 2023, but guess what, folks? Just got to make it 12 months because 2024 looks like it's going to matter. So super excited to keep bringing all this to you. All right, again, if you're in Denver, I'm going to be at the Connect show, Trailblazers with ECI Solutions. You guys want to come join us out there? Hey, look, just register. Click this button right here. Let's see. We'll show you how easy it is. All you got to do is click that button, put in your email address, and let's get to it and have some fun. That's the registration. And if you want to come, guess who's going to be there? I'm going to be there. Oh, sorry, I got a screen to jump to another screen. We're going to be there. Jennifer's going to be there. Maybe we'll get to see our friends at the University of Denver, Boulder out there. Possibly. Eric Holtz. I know we're going to try and get together with Eric. He's probably waiting on me to get back to him, but sometimes it's just, so much to do and so little time to do it in. All right. Well, listen, everybody. That's the update today. Sorry, the coffee with Dave is at odd hours now. It's all relevant to my children's schedule. We only have 1 day a week really off, and that is Sunday. Other than that, we are really working and grinding here, so we never have a full 2 days off. So Saturday coffee with Dave has to be my flexible show because family first is what I say with my kids, and we travel so much. I don't want to miss those opportunities at all. So. All right. Well, let us know where you're tuning in from. Hopefully we covered everything we wanted to cover. Oh, and I put a new link in, by the way, today. There's going to be a new link that shows up. If you're interested in learning more about how we do what we do and what our gear is and the gear that we use, I have an Amazon link down there. It's an affiliate link, and I make a little bit off it, but it doesn't cost you more. That's the thing, and it's a good way to support our show. We are live and unedited, and we talk about the things that matter, and we are not influenced by anybody or anything on this show on what we do discuss. It's all about driving the industry forward. It's all about showcasing the people, the products, and the process that are building it better. And we're very grateful to all you join us in Denver. We will fly out Monday, and I will be there pretty much till Friday. So we look forward to seeing everybody out there. I hope everybody else has a wonderful day. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, or maybe do what I do. I like to have a lot of fun. So go have a lot of fun. Enjoy your family. And we will see you Monday. Hardy Wenzel on the show. Do not miss it. It's going to be an awesome show. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have an awesome Saturday. Andrew Seeley, thanks for helping us out on Friday. We'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.